immigrant mother just called me on the phone innocently asking me if she should start carrying her passport in case they start doing mass deportations to prove that she's a citizen. That's so sad.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the word that he promised us Latinos. This is crazy that starting next week, multiple cities will be hitting immigration. That is so crazy that multiple people are scared to go to work. Where I work at, a lot of Latinos did not go to work. And that's crazy because we have a living too.
A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching us from. This is Awaken Africa and I'm your host, Bemo. So on our today's video, on our today's episode, I want us to discuss about something that I've seen is trending, has been trending over the past few days. And as I was scrolling on TikTok, I saw something that really caught my attention, and it's about this mass deportation in the United States of America, where the already elected president Donald Trump warned them that if he gets into office, the first thing he'll do is mass deportation, and he took it very seriously. And guess who are those people crying due to these mass deportations? So the Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE launched a manhunt for all undocumented immigrants in the United States of America, and the nationwide crackdown on illegal immigrants resulted into over 460 people arrested on Sunday who are undocumented and they have criminal records. The arrests occurred in multiple states, including New York, Illinois, Utah, California, Minnesota, and of course Florida. And ICE, this thing is so, I don't know what to say, because so many people, especially the Latino, were warned against voting for Donald Trump. I don't want to talk much about it, but let us dive into the videos. Let us watch these videos faster, and then I'll come back with my own opinions. But before that, if you're new to this channel, I'll ask you most definitely to subscribe to this channel, like, and share, right? And if you've already done it, then thank you. Let us dive into the video.
So I just did an absolutely heart-wrenching consultation. I'm trying not to cry. So I'm just going to tell you guys what happened. Basically, I'm talking to this man's wife. He doesn't speak English, so I'm talking to his wife, and I hear a baby in the background. It's one of his 2 kids under 2. They have a newborn and a 2-year-old. And just learning about his case. Unfortunately, he's already been ordered deported. He came here seeking asylum from a country that is known to be violent, and he entered illegally. When you claim asylum, you basically give yourself in at the border. And then, he had a work permit. He's been doing the case since 2018. He's had 2 lawyers help him, and they both failed him. His case was ultimately denied for not enough evidence. The appeal was denied by the second attorney. The second attorney refuses to give them any copies of anything that they filed. So, that is a situation that he is in right now. I suggested a motion to reopen and reconsider. He has great evidence, no criminal history. He has a wife and 2 U.S. citizen children who will be severely affected if he's to be deported, but he's unfortunately at the top of the list of people that ICE will deport because of bad representation. And he did everything that he could. He claimed asylum. He's paid taxes. He's worked with authorization the entire time. And it's people like this that may be taken from their families, and I have to figure out ways to creatively help them as soon as I can. And I'm just broken. It's just so sad to be here and feel like, as a lawyer, I might not be able to help him on time. So anyways, just sharing a hard thing that I had to do today. And like what you read online is not always true. And these people most of them really are not what you see. And I know I'm just sad. And I'm sure I'll have a lot more sad consultations like this. But I just wanted to share to humanize these families and people who are being affected.
If you live in Chicago, I'm going to do you a favor right now. Don't go outside. Do not leave your house. Nothing in this world right now is worth it. You have food at home. All right, I'm going to say that again. You have food at home. You don't have her.
I'm being told that 43rd and McDowell apartments were raided by ICE today. That's my neighborhood that I've lived in for the last few years. It's my neighbors that are going to get deported. I had to teach my daughter what to say and to talk to her about who ICE is. I never saw ICE in the neighborhood under Biden. And it's already in the neighborhood on Trump's first day. We're so fucked. We're so fucked.
Here is a place where the National Guard has been guarding this for 4 years. This is the main place where the migrants would come in, and they would get them situated as to what shelter they were going in. This is the first night that this has not been open. This place is closed. This was a bar, but it's been turned into a place for a processing center where all the migrants, once they come into New York City, they're brought right here. The place is closed. They said we're moved. They're closing down because, as we know, mass deportations are supposed to be starting, so people are no longer going to be coming right here into New York City to, start their lives here in America. The border's been closed. Trump's declared it a national emergency at our southern border, and he's actually letting people do their jobs. Border Patrol do their jobs. ICE deportation officers do their jobs. People are going back to work. It's closed, you guys. Migrant intaking center is closed. This is closed. The border's closed. We're going to get our country back.
So ICE is showing up at schools and churches. I am in the Lexington area of Kentucky. I do not have my son for the next 2 days. If you need an auntie to pick up or drop off, please message me. And I'll be taking my microphone to churches on Sunday in the parking lot. If somebody could just let me know the pronunciation, I guess I'll Google it. Magira and whatever. I'm going to F your plans up if I can. I have white privilege and I'm going to use it.
Trump's plan for mass deportation starts today, with ICE raids happening in Chicago. This week, there will also be ICE raids in New York City, Washington, D.C., Boston, San Antonio, Denver, and Miami. Here are some things that you need to know to stay protected. For now, ICE is most likely to enter businesses. So let's say ICE comes to the place where you work. What are you going to do? Do not sign anything under any circumstances. You are going to assert 2 rights. The right to remain silent. Make sure to actually say that. And a right to call your attorney. Every immigrant should have an immigration plan, which should include memorizing your immigration attorney's number. If you don't understand what they're saying, what they're asking you, and even if you do, just keep asserting those 2 rights. Don't say anything else. Here's what's super important. There's a new act that's going to get passed called the Lakeland-Riley Act. Innocent until proven guilty, doesn't exist. You can be charged for a crime and be immediately deported, even if you're not proven guilty. So there is a huge incentive for ICE officers to charge you for crime. No matter what, no matter how aggressive they are being, do not be aggressive back. Do not resist. Do not give them any reason to charge you with a crime. If someone is there that can film the interaction between you and ICE, even better, so that there is evidence that you are not being aggressive. And now a little disclaimer, because I am Latina and I am scared of our racist government. I am not an undocumented immigrant. I am a US citizen. I'm going to post the same video in Spanish. Let me know if you have any questions.
There is word that on Irving Park and Cicero in Chicago, there is a current ICE checkpoint happening. So I wanted to jump on here and just share this message. The website that we were using to keep track of where ICE was, which was juntoseguros.com, is now no longer working. It was shut down. So we're trying to figure out another way of being able to get this information out to people sooner. But in Aurora, there's raids happening. In Glendale Heights, there's raids happening. So just trying to get this message out there so that people can stay safe. Please share it if you have family, if you know of people that are working in the city, so that they can really try and stay inside as much as possible, or at least just be more aware of their surroundings. Para todos los que están temorosos de dónde va a estar ICE, en este momento dicen que ICE está en la Irving Park y la Cicero, que están creando un tipo de checkpoint en esa área. En Aurora también, en Glendale Heights, la página que estábamos usando antes, que era juntoseguros.com, la acaban de cerrar, o sea que no está funcionando y no hay manera de saber bien exactamente dónde están, a no ser de que uno lo escuche de otra persona. Entonces por eso estoy poniendo este video, para que puedan compartirlo con sus amigos, con sus familiares, para que todo el mundo esté seguro. Si pueden quedarse adentro, es lo más recomendable, pero si tienen que salir afuera, al menos para que estén más atentos de lo que está pasando a su alrededor.
Waking up to news that mass deportation started today, so if you're an immigrant, please know that you have the right, and share this to everyone that you know so everyone's aware. You have the right to remain silent. If ICE knocks on your door, you don't have to answer it. Do not consent to any searches if they do not have a warrant signed by a judge. They don't even have the right to be in your property, so please remain silent. Do not sign any documents, especially if you do not understand. If you are in public and ICE stops you, please remain silent. You do not have to disclose your immigration status. They do not have the right to search your belongings or your bag without a warrant. You do not have to answer their questions. Please do not give them information that they can use against you. Share this information to people that you know, your friends, your family, especially if they are undocumented immigrants. Please stay on the lookout. Look up for each other. If you spot ICE in your area, share to keep your community informed. And to my fellow immigrants, I know this is a scary time, that there are community and resources that can help you. Know your rights, and please stay strong.
Hey guys, ICE raids start on Tuesday, so La Migra. You see ICE, you shout that at the top of your lungs. Got it?
ICE did a raid in New Jersey today, and it proved that this was never about undocumented immigrants. This was never about criminals or safety. This was about imprisoning anyone who they deemed to be an immigrant. ICE went to Newark, New Jersey today. They went to some random business venue and just started arresting people. They arrested anyone who they thought was undocumented. And within all the people that they arrested were U.S. citizens and a U.S. military veteran. And Newark, New Jersey's mayor, Ross Baraka, is completely disgusted by the actions of ICE today, and he is calling it out. He said that the U.S. veteran was ridiculed and the legitimacy of his military documentation was questioned. He's also calling out the fact that ICE had no warrants in conducting any of the arrests, and they just showed up to this venue and started indiscriminately arresting anyone who they believed looked like an immigrant. It's also being loud at the fact that these actions are a violation of the Fourth Amendment. This is exactly the response that we should be expecting from our politicians. Baraka is not going to let this slide, and he is standing up for his residents. This was never about going after undocumented immigrants. ICE will arrest anyone who they deem looks like an immigrant. It doesn't matter if you're a U.S. citizen or resident. If you look like an immigrant, they'll arrest you. And that's exactly what we've been trying to warn people about. They are not just coming for undocumented people. They are coming for everyone.
Honestly, guys, at this point, it's more than blue or red, black and white, whatever the fuck. We live in such a cruel world today that our children are no longer safe in schools. People are no longer safe in hospitals. People have the biggest fear to leave their house, to go to work.
and also living in the fear that they don't know how they're going to provide for their family. And it's even more so sad that so many Latinos, so much of our raza is pro this Chiro guy. I don't even want to say his name. But I ask you guys, let's come together in prayer, because what else can we do? Spread the word, share resources, let people know they have rights.
And I want you to know that if someone in school will ever want to talk to you and ask you where are you from, or if you're from here, you do not have to answer them, okay? You do not have to answer nobody. If you need a parent, you always need to have mommy or daddy next to you at all times, always, okay? You don't have to. If someone were to ask you, I need to talk to you, ask a question to you, what do you have to tell them? Do you have to talk to them? No, you don't want to talk to anybody unless your parent is there. Talk to your kids, prepare your kids, because we just never know what's going to happen today, tomorrow, the next couple years. Unfortunately, all we can do is just prepare ourselves and our kids for anything that can possibly happen. I pray for every single person out there, and I wish, the next 4 years to go by smooth, and just pray for every single one of you, because we just never know. And this has barely been a couple days, and it has been a mess, and it's been a pretty sad month. I just pray for every single one of you. I know I'm not the only American feeling that way, because I've been feeling super, just the vibes are just definitely off.
So ICE is showing up at schools and churches. I am in the Lexington area of Kentucky. I do not have my son for the next 2 days. If you need an auntie to pick up or drop off, please message me. And I'll be taking my microphone to churches on Sunday in the parking lot. If somebody could just let me know the pronunciation, I guess I'll Google it. Magira and whatever. I'm going to F your plans up if I can. I have white privilege and I'm going to use it.
Hey y'all, I've already seen a mass amount of people blaming all Latinos for the Trumpian win, particularly those that voted in Florida and Pennsylvania. But I want y'all to know that Mexican people demographically do not typically vote for Republicans. It is actually typically Cubans and other Central Americans. This is courtesy of Pew Research Center. As you can see here, Cubans typically are the ones who vote for the GOP, and Mexican people typically tend to vote for the Democratic Party. This is because Cubans live in a country that is heavily sanctioned by the United States, and as a result, it is very impoverished. But the Cubans who migrate here are under the impression that the reason that their country is in shambles is because of socialism. So they fundamentally oppose any policies that are beneficial to the general public because they are afraid of communist policy. And it's important to get specific because there are many different ethnic groups inside of the Latino community, and that includes Black people. There are Haitians who are Latinos, and don't y'all forget.
All right, my fellow Latinos, stop scrolling. Watch this video if you're Latino and you live in California, or even if you don't live in California. There are two big things going on right now within our community. One being the whole ICE raids that are going on in Bakersfield and Bakersfield surrounding area. I would love for you guys to tag any attorneys or any kind of resources specifically towards the ICE raids. I don't care, stitch this video, duet, screenshot, whatever you need to do. Would love for this to turn into a thread of a resource. And as far as the fires, I've posted stuff on my Instagram for food and shelter. Those in LA that have been affected or displaced by the fires. Please, 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 this is a time for us to come together and help each other out within our community.
The last 3 days in LA have been like living in hell, not only because of fucking fires that are surrounding us everywhere, now because of the ICE raids that are attacking the Latino community. My Latino community is out here helping people who have lost their homes, is helping the firefighters by making them food. There are vendors out there right now who are not even making any money and are just giving out food to people who have lost it all. And now they have to be worried about being taken by ICE. The people who work in the fields right now who are being, first of all, hit by this contaminated ass air, that are still going to work to make a living for their family, because it's the only type of living they can make because they don't have any papers. They are undocumented. Taking care of fruits and vegetables that we need to survive here in the LA community. They are now being forced not to go to work because they are scared of being detained by ICE. It is important for us to educate our family members who don't speak English that they have rights. They should not be speaking to ICE at all. They have the power to remain silent. They have the right to have an attorney and should not be discussing any of their personal business with an ICE officer.
If you're trying to learn Spanish in 2025, the two most important words for you to learn are la migra. La migra. Okay, let's say it one more time. La migra. That means ICE or immigration. If you see ICE on a vehicle, that's not the ice that you put in your drinks. That's the ice that ruins people's lives. So you are going to yell la migra as loud as you can and maybe cause a distraction. Help buy them some time. You can also say la migra llegando, which means that they're coming or they're here. If you want to be more discreet about it, you can say, is that la migra? The most important thing is for them to hear la migra as fast as they can. They'll know what they need to do. Be loud. ICE raids are apparently already starting. Chicago, San Antonio, DC, I'm blanking on the rest, but I would not be surprised if there are more cities than they've listed. Be vigilant, be helpful, be alert. They are people and they have created their lives here, okay? Help them out as loud as you can. La migra. La migra. Like I said, those are the two most important Spanish words to know. I also saw a few creators say to them, no hables, which means don't speak, no hables, and abogado, which means lawyer. Abogado. Abogado. You can say, pide abogado, which means ask for a lawyer. No hables, pide abogado. Pide abogado. If you have heard of any other phrases to use, you can comment them below. Feel free to pass this on.
I do not mean to get serious on a Wednesday night. Sorry if you're having a good day, but I think it's important to spread awareness about what is happening right now in Bakersfield, California. I live pretty nearby, and I don't know if you guys have heard, but there is or has been an ICE raid. Basically like immigration, capturing and taking families apart and stuff, I just wanted to spread a little bit of information on your rights, just in case you don't know, or just in case you're put in this situation. Hopefully, I'm praying to God that you are not, because it is very scary, and I'm very sorry for those people who have been having to be put into that situation recently. If you were to ever be put in this situation, just stay calm. That is the best thing you can do. Keep your hands where the police can see them. Do not provide them with any false documents, anything false. They will hold that against you. Remember that anything you say or do will be held against you at your, so do not risk anything. Do not threaten the officer. Just remain calm and just chill out. Do not lie about your status. Do not provide false documents. Do not even say anything about your status. You have the right to not answer any questions. You do have the right to not say anything. You do not have to speak. You do not have to tell them anything. You do not have to answer their questions. All you have to do is stay quiet. There's nobody allowed to search you, nobody allowed to take possession of any of your belongings. Nobody's able to enter your house without a warrant. Make sure you see that paper. Make sure that they provide you with the paper if they want to have access to your premises. If you are over the age of 18, make sure that you are carrying your papers with you at all times. And if you do not have them, you tell the officer that you do not have them at the moment, or you don't even have to tell them anything at all. You can just stay quiet and let them know that you do not want to say anything until your lawyer is present. So remember what I said. You have the right to remain silent. They do not have a right to search you. They do not have a right to ask you where you are from. If you are arrested or detained, you do not have to talk to them. You do not have to say anything. Also, you are required a lawyer.
So I decided to keep my daughter home because she had a little bit of a fever. So I go across the street to Walgreens to grab her some Tylenol. I see 3 undercover cops. They look like undercover cops to me, but I didn't think none of it. So I left Walgreens. I went to 7-Eleven real quick to grab me a French vanilla Frappuccino real quick. So I go in there. I see 4 more of these. Right. So I asked one of them, I was like, hey, are y'all undercover cops? Because I just seen like a couple of y'all up the street at Walgreens. And he was like, something like that. He was like, we're here from out of town working. He was like, but, have a great day. You could tell he wasn't trying to tell me too much. But I was being nosy as hell at this point. So tell me why I get home. My neighbors are immigrants, right? They packing their shit up. They've been packing their shit up for the last 3 days. They said that they're moving to the Southlands area because they are you know, tired of seeing these Venezuelans over here, you know, lurking around late at night. And I don't see them over here. But when I do my comedy shows and I get home late at night, that's when I be seeing these motherfuckers lurking around. So I be having my taser, my pepper spray on that, and I hurry up and I run to the house because my son be watching my daughter for me when I be doing my shows. So it hit me. You know, it hit me when I went to take out the trash and I seen them damn Venezuelans packing their shit up and leaving. It hit me like ICE is really fucking here. ICE is really here in Denver, Colorado to do these raids. If you have kids that are born in America and you are not, and you are undocumented and your kids are U.S. citizens and they born here, they are not considered U.S. citizens. Like, everybody getting sit the fuck back at this point. And so it makes me nervous for the people that I know that are hard workers, that are genuinely here trying to get their paperwork done and trying to get their paperwork in order. You know, those are the people that I feel bad for. The only people I don't feel bad for is these damn Venezuelans, because they do be out here lurking at night and they do be into shit. They be touching people's shit, stealing people's cars. They do be out here doing the most. Those are the only motherfuckers that I feel like gotta go. But everybody else, y'all please be safe, because ICE is out here in Denver. So please be safe and stay out the way. And I know y'all ain't gonna see them damn Venezuelans trying to clean them damn windshields today, because ICE is really out here. Be safe, y'all.
Tell me, how do you feel about these enforcement actions? Share your thoughts, and please subscribe and share this video. See you next time.
Hey, I just stopped by to check on y'all. What y'all doing? My Cubans and Venezuelans, especially y'all in Miami. I voted for Donald Trump. What y'all doing? I know y'all having a good day, right? Because you saw what I saw. Yes, you guys saw exactly what I saw. That executive order. Yes. No longer a pathway to citizenship. Bye-bye. He rolled it back. He took it. He used you guys. You guys were a pawn. He played you guys. You guys are not one of them. You thought that you were elevated and you were better than every other minority groups. Especially you Cubans in Miami. I've been around you guys. I know you guys get down.
So guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Awakened Africa and I am your host, Memo. So as you've all seen the videos, how people are crying, how people are blaming Trump for mass deporting them. I ran into a certain post, by the way, on X, and someone was saying that Latinos thought that Trump will spare them because of their skin color. But guess what? He's going for the color of the hair. Of course, this is very true. So many people are being interviewed during the election and before the elections, and they were saying that Trump will only go for the people who have criminal records. But if you look at the numbers that Trump said he will deport, he said that he was looking for to deport almost, or you can say, over 11 million people, over 11 million immigrants in the United States. And when you look at this number, the criminals in USA, they cannot be 11 million people. So that number was so tiny. If they were thinking that he would go only for the criminals, then they were out of their mind. Yeah. So as we've seen, those people have been affected. People are giving their stories. You can see people are they're teaching their kids, because as you know, ICE has the permission to raid schools and churches. ICE has the permission to raid schools and churches, as well as other protected areas. So there is no place to run to. These Latinos are crying. They cannot even go to work. They cannot even go find something outside for themselves. They have been forced to teach their kids. Everyone in the hood has been told to shout when they see the ICE. It's not the normal ICE call. It's not that normal ICE call. It's the deportation officers. They're coming for them. The immigration and custom enforcement officers are coming for them. So they have been taught to shout "La migra, la migra," to alert everyone in the hood, so that they can protect themselves. They can they can take caution, or they can take precautions. And when you look at when you look at how people were reacting, you can see that most of these Latinos are saying that blacks, we are sorry, we didn't know, we are the F word up, you know. So it really breaks it really breaks my heart, because you can see someone left their own home country, and they went into America, and they were looking for greener pastures. They wanted to achieve the American dream. Someone has lived in America for 8 to 10 years, and now out of nowhere you're being ambushed to be deported back. It is really hurting, you know. And another situation is whereby someone already ran away from a country that was not that was not safe, and they went to America to for safety, you know. And when you get to America, the elected president is saying that all illegal immigrants, all undocumented immigrants, I'm going to take them out of this country. I don't want them to be in this country. We want America to work for Americans. And you can see that that is a very huge problem. As in that is a very huge problem. So for instance, let's take for example the people who fled Haiti and Cuba, maybe because of the wars, and when they go to America, as you've seen, so many Cubans and Haitians and Venezuelans in Miami, they are also in that in that category, that they're supposed to go back to their country. So I think Trump is dead serious, and he means his word. So let those people who are getting deported back to their countries, let them take heart. You know, God is a God of second chances too. So you have another chance. God is going to be with you. But for those people who had been warned that if you're going to vote for Trump, then it's going to be messy for you. You're going to be in for it. And Latinos are really crying. Far for continues. So some of them have been saying that blacks, we are sorry, we didn't know that we are messing up. But yeah, you see, there was another woman who was saying that Trump had promised them that they will be protected. They will be protected. They won't be deported. But it's not the truth. Mexicans are being taken back to their country. The blacks, especially registered Nigerians, South Africans, Kenyans, you know, over 30,000 Kenyans supposed to be deported back to their country. So like, it's something huge, and I don't know what to say, but let us have a conversation in the comment section. If you're new to this channel, I'll ask you to subscribe, and if you've already subscribed, then you know what to do. Like, comment, and share this video. Thank you. Peace out.